How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Secret of the Unknown. Hopefully, everybody can see this. I was just trying to check it out on Facebook just to make sure it's going through. Um, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Right on. All right, so we're here. All right. Um, Welcome to the podcast. If you guys haven't been here before, my name is Raul, and this is Secret of the Unknown. And right now we are uh, gonna just have an open discussion, talk about some stuff, whatever. Um, if you have something that you want to talk about on the podcast, let me know, and we will definitely get you on if you want to come on. So, yeah, a lot going on. I'm not sure. Is this thing even working? There it goes. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I just had my podcast music going in the background. Let me see. Let me lower this real quick. All right. Yeah, weird stuff. Um, I don't know what the heck that was, but anyway, um, and wanted to just go over what everybody's thoughts were on this whole ramping up of UFO sightings, um, and see what everybody's thoughts are on that. Um, because, I mean, there is or has been a heck of a lot of UFO sightings around the world, and it's really freaking hard to determine like what's real and what's not now because of AI. And another thing is on that topic is that a lot of people, when when AI first got mentioned or got brought up, it was like, you know, the people, that were thinking about this like deeply, that were talking about um, how it is going to be so hard for us to distinguish between things that are real and things that are not real. Um, you've basically gotten to the point where, um, can you hear it now? Hello, hello, hello. I don't know if you can hear it. Is that better or worse? Because I know I'm trying to turn this down on this darn YouTube. I got music playing on here and it's like trying to control it. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, what, babe? So can you hear it? Does that sound too loud? Is if it's good, send a thumbs up. If it's not, give me a thumbs down. But I think that it is, or it has become something that is really, it's gotten really out of hand. Um, because now you can't even, you know, basically tell the difference of what is real and what's not. And it's so hard to really, I mean, the things that are coming out, there's some things that you can see that are totally, you're like, ah, that's baloney. But it has gotten to that point now, and I think I had posted something um, on Facebook about it. Um, the videos that are circulating around, and it's not even anything to do with UFOs or anything paranormal. It's just people showing how serious it has gotten. I mean, you've got videos where people are talking and it looks like somebody, but then the guy's like switching it up and he's like, you can't even determine what is real and what is not anymore. And you think this is me talking, and it's like, holy crap, like it's insane. I'm seeing if I can try and find it so I can post it into the feed so everybody can see what I'm talking about, because it's, oh, here it is. Hey everyone, I just wanted to quickly make this video to prove. So, yeah, how is it that, it's so easy now to be manipulated with everything? Think of the possibilities that these people are going to try. I mean, this is going to be something that is really going to drastically change not only our world, but our kids and our grandkids. Like, how bad is this going to get? Where they're going to grow up in a society, in a world where they don't even know what's being fed to them, if it's real or not. And that it's going to be so manipulative and so um, mind blowing, so real, that they're going to think that what they're seeing and what they're participating in or what they're being told is true. And that is really what is really sad. I don't know. It's just really, really weird um, to fathom the thought that this is what we are, this is what we've come to. We are literally becoming prisoners in this realm, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. Because you, uh, how are we going to differentiate from what's real and what's not? And it's going to be so easy for them to manipulate people based on that, showing things or making people believe in things that really aren't real. And it has gotten to that point where, like, you don't even want to look at the news, you don't want to look at anything anymore, because it's like, this can't be real. And if it is real, like, nobody even cares anymore about aliens or UFOs. Besides the people that are really interested in and have been studying it or looking into it for a long time and have been talking about this stuff forever, you know, average people don't care. The normal person who's just like going about their day and doesn't care about any of this stuff, they don't care about it. You tell them, oh yeah, man, you heard about, they made a disclosure about this, about that. So who cares? And it's like, you have people that really don't care and people that are interested in a lot of things, and that when we see stuff, it's like how easy it would be for them to manipulate the masses on anything. You know what I mean? Um, the deception level of what we are getting ourselves into is probably unfathomable, really. Um, we've seen how far they've been able to push things like, this vaccines and, you know, fear mongering people into doing things and complying with things. Could you imagine what the possibilities that they could do with AI against everybody? How detrimental it could be? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just thinking too much. I don't know. But yeah, tell me if you guys think, or you guys have thought about this stuff. I mean, I've thought about it. The only reason why is because it's, I see something and I'm looking at it and it hits me like, I start thinking about this stuff, like, the possibilities of what these people could do if they're able to manipulate everybody by telling them something and scaring people into something like a virus, um, war, uh, anything. If they were able to do these things without AI, to get people to follow along, to agree, to subject themselves to what they were telling them, if they were able to get people to turn against each other and to not only just turn against each other, literally hate and demonize people that were in opposition to you, and have those people turn their own family members into the authorities. Businesses were getting threatened, companies were being shut down, people were being let go, people were being kicked out of the military. We had um, celebrities endorsing this, like, you know, like what they say matters, and people bought into it. How crazy is that? Think of what they could literally do with AI, and you wouldn't even know if it was real or not. I don't know. Um, that's just something I was thinking of, and it's just with everything that's going on in the world today, with everything that is happening and what we are seeing unfolding, that this seems like this world is just becoming more fake. Um, and it seems like a lot of things are becoming more vulnerable to subjection of falseness. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, NASA just came out in an article saying that they're scrapping their whole Artemis 3 landing on the moon project. And it's like, we've been waiting for this for over 55 years or so. And now they're going to scrap that. Artemis 2 is still on schedule to make its orbit around the moon. But, I don't know. How are we going to be able to tell if any of this is real? Any of it? We're seeing a lot of things that have come out that people have brought forward, videos of giants, videos of Nephilim, videos of these creatures and these beings that we can't even think of, but we've only heard of them in folklore and mysticism. And now you have to step back and think, okay, is this real or is this fake? And another side to that as well is, are they doing this to discredit people that are seeing these things because it is being more um, thrown into the public's eye? People are seeing it and they're sharing it. People are seeing it and they're talking about it and it's being brought up. And some people are actually going out and looking for these things. And it's like, is this coming at a time when they're able to say, hey, that's not real, it's AI. Yeah, there was a generated program that we used, or we put this out there to see, get algorithms, blah, blah, blah. Is that not possible? That they could be setting us up to make us a conspiracy theorist round two, but on a grander scale? Right. And that's what I'm saying, bro, is that China's, that's what I mean. It's like everything that we're seeing, you know, is it something that is going to be used against us to say that something is real? How do we know it's real? How? I've never been to the fucking moon. I've never been to space. We only see what people are saying. These people work for the government. If you remember the Space Shuttle Challenger, because I do, watching that shit in class and then seeing the Space Shuttle Challenger blow up, and here we are, you know, what, 30, 35 years already? 30 years since then? This generation don't know shit about that. And then you come to find out that the fucking people are alive, using their same names, teaching, working jobs. Come on. It don't fucking make sense. It doesn't. It's crazy. Because you think about how long has this kind of other stuff been going on, where they're able to pull this wool over everybody's eyes and say something. It's just like that movie, what was it? The Game? It's just like that. It's just like that movie. The man's signing up to play in a game. His brother bought him. He has to go take these tests, subject himself to these tests before he can be allowed to go into the game or get approved for it. Then they tell him he's denied. But in fact, the game has already started. It's going now. He doesn't know what's real and what's not. Is this what we are subjecting ourselves to? We are literally playing in this game. We're playing in this virtual simulation that these people are going to build around us. They're going to subjugate us to whatever it is. They can do anything, literally. And the only way we are going to know is if we see this crap for ourselves, because it's going to be fed to everybody. I don't know. That's what I mean. Is that, am I thinking too much? You know, think about the crap our kids are going to be being subjected to. Wow, that's crazy to me. What do you guys think? Also, I'm going to put the link for the podcast in the comments. So if anybody wants to get on, y'all are more than welcome to. Just click on it and it will, it should. I'm using my tablet, so it's kind of hard right now to mess with it because I got to sit here and touch it or whatever. But yeah, man, it's so crazy. Like, what the heck? Um, but me see. We've got to start the show off right. What the heck am I thinking of? All right. So, yeah, let's do this. All right. Cool. We're back. Yeah, we need to just start the show off right. I don't even know what the heck I was thinking of. But anyway, um, yeah, I mean, what what is your guys' thoughts? What do you guys think? Um, because I don't know. I mean, we see so much going on around us in this world today that even now, think about this. Even now, as we talk and we see things that are so horrific, it's so mind numbing to think that people are literally capable of the most atrocious things that we couldn't even fathom. And I don't know, it's like, shouldn't we be more pissed off than this? I mean, they're literally eating people. They are mutilating children. They are literally doing all of this in the name of ancient pagan gods and deities that they have been worshiping since the beginning of time. And it's like nobody's flipping out. I mean, to even think that people are doing this, the things that they are doing to our food, the things that they have been doing to society, they're literally possibly feeding human beings to us and have been doing it for a while. And it's like the world's just going on as normal. Nothing. I get it. You can't just disrupt your life and just change everything and just be like, oh, that's how some people think. Oh, well, I don't give a shit. It doesn't really affect me. I don't want to think about it. How could you not think about it? I mean, yes, you got to go on with your day to day life and you got to do things to take care of your family and such, but these people are eating people. These people are sacrificing and giving these people, these children, these infants, sacrificing them to these deities that we've heard about for centuries. These people are walking the earth. They're literally, this is not fiction. This is real. It's real. What the freak? I don't understand how, you know, and people are just going on about the movies, going to the movies and giving up money to these companies and supporting all these people who are known freaking. I can't understand it. I can't. It's weird to think that that's where we are in society now, where people are literally just saying, fuck it. Who cares? Eh, whatever. Eh. People can riot in the streets and burn fucking cities down over bullshit. Bullshit. And there's fucking children being murdered and sacrificed and sold into sex trade. Bullshit. But people don't want to fucking riot over that shit. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm probably ranting and raving on about this, but this is some shit I've been talking about and looking into since like 2013, 14. The Frazzle Drip thing, the Pizzagate thing, fuck, man. When that stuff was coming out, and Q and Alex, whatever his name is, and all these people, these other theorists that were out there at the time, were sharing information, sharing pictures, sharing posts. Then the Anthony Weiner thing came out, and it was like, fuck. This is not anything that is new, that has been shed light on. This has been happening for a long time in front of all of us, in front of our very eyes, in everything we see, in movies, in shows, in fucking everything. I know we've talked about this, and some of y'all that are out there that know what I'm talking about, babe, you know what I'm talking about. We were literally talking about the desensitization of the masses. Think of every single movie, show, program, whatever, horror, whatever, that has shown us something so horrible that we are literally hearing about now. What if they've been trying to tell us through movies, through shows, through subliminal messages, through whatever? And here we are, 2026, and I'm a child of the 80s. I was born in the 80s. I this is batshit crazy. It's of course they did. Of course they freaking they gave up everything for it, their moment in the light, to be worth something, because they knew that they did not want to have to go through life and have to subject themselves to working to get to where they want to be at. They wanted the easy way. And ultimately, yeah, you're right. They sold themselves out. But the thing about that is this: when you give yourself to something, especially these deities, these false gods, these people have no idea. And we're sitting here supporting these people. I was just looking at a freaking video the other day, looking it up, posted on a page, of an SNL skit that had them literally, literally, dude, it's just like that movie Them. You remember the movie Them with Roddy Piper? How he stumbles across that group that ends up finding out a way to see past the subliminal messages of their mind that they've been using to cloak them with, to like hypnotize everybody. I come to find out they're fucking aliens. And they're trying to eradicate the people that are trying to say something about all this stuff, that are bringing out the awareness and like trying to, share information. They're taking them out and they're killing them. What have we been seeing? Anybody who said anything or spoke out against anybody or has brought any information out there, they've either tried to discredit them, they've tried to make them look crazy, they've tried to come up with something to get them eradicated, or they just get rid of them. They've been telling us for a long time. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird to me because you think about it and it's like, shit. Are these things here? Are they really running the show? Yeah. Based on, I would have to say, dude, based on everything that we've fucking seen, this shit is real. This shit is fucking real, bro. Like, really. They're fucking eating people, dude. Soylent Green. The fucking movie came out in what, 1974? Charlton Heston? And the year that that fucking shit was supposed to happen was like the year 2022. They were fucking euthanizing people. COVID. You can't get those people's bodies. You couldn't even fucking claim them. You could not even take your loved ones out of the hospital. Where did the bodies go? Oh, we had to burn them. You ain't got a fucking furnace in a hospital that big to eradicate all them people. Bro, them motherfuckers were feeding them to us. They were feeding people to us. What the freak? Fucking Epstein files prove it. All these celebrities, bro. No way, man. Are you good? Did they catch them? Well, obviously you're good. You're talking. But I mean, is everything cool? Did they catch the person? I don't know, man. And that shit too, man. It's getting so fucking ridiculous now. Every other day there's a fucking shooter. Every other day, bro. How in the fuck? Good. Good. We have these people that are literally that shit crazy walking around, that are so mentally disturbed, that are so mentally distraught. I don't, you start planning things in people's heads that are already not all there, that have a few screws loose, that are really one push away from going over the edge. No, you're good, bro. You're good, man. I'm glad you said something. But there are people that have become Dude, it's like the Manchurian Candidate. I was looking at that because I was watching something on a documentary called the Montauk Project. I don't know if anybody's, or the Montauk Chronicles. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but the same thing is happening is that supposedly there was a group, government agency was doing experiments on young adolescent boys. I'm not sure if it was females as well, but the guys that were talking about being in this program and the stuff happening, that's exactly like what we're seeing right now. We're seeing this younger generation of people who they're already disconnected from the world. They're already disconnected from reality. They literally do not know how to do nothing but what they're told, especially if it's by a celebrity, because they got to be like them. They've got to be like somebody else, but besides who they are. They don't even know themselves. I don't know. And they've grown up in this world now where their reality is what they hold in their hands. And they're so easily manipulated. They're so easily controlled by the media, by social applications on social media. It's so freaking nuts. And now, not only that, you have these people who are manipulating these social platforms to target kids. Sean Ryan had the guy on his podcast and he was talking to him about Roblox, literally trying to implement a dating site on there. I can't understand. How are people still allowed to freaking, why are you even allowing your kids to even be on there? Why? Why would you allow that to happen, knowing what these people are about? I mean, that goes back into the whole thing is, when are we going to freaking stand up and say enough is enough as a freaking society? Why are we allowing these monsters, these beings, to control us? We literally are sitting back while this is happening, and it's continuing. But like I said, people will literally burn down cities over the most trivial shit. And we have people, children, infants, women being horrifically murdered in order to appease these beings, these people, these animals. They're not even fucking people. They're animals. They're fucking evil. In any seats or any form of power, these people are still walking around. But here we are, you're telling me that as a law-abiding citizen, that if I don't do things within the parameter of the law, then I'm going to be punished and held accountable for it, but you'll let these fucking animals walk free. I think, babe, the way we protect them is just dissociate them from any form or any platform of social media. I mean, I'm even thinking about going through and just scrubbing all my shit of everything from my kids off of everything, deleting every single fucking piece. But I don't even think it even fucking matters because it's all just stored somewhere. We know that these people have been doing this. If the story about Life Touch is even true, which it came out in the Epstein files that this Life Touch program or these school programs were using the school photos and fucking predators had access to these fucking things. Please help me understand this. Is this what was going on in the fucking 80s, in the 70s? Yeah. Yep. This is what I mean when I say that I think this shit has been going on. And when you start to look at how things have happened growing up, or stories you heard, or things that we got exposed to, or things that we saw or dealt with, now you see it and you look back and you're like seeing, holy shit. Castrating these people, piss on castrating these people. These people need to be put down. They're fucking animals. How are we allowing these people to fucking walk around? But you're going to tell me that if I don't fucking drive my car with the proper identification, or fucking something's wrong with it and it's causing a fucking issue, that I can go to jail for it. But you're letting these animals walk free. How is this even possible that we live in this world where this is allowed to happen? I don't understand it. It's ass backwards to me. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. But think about it. All those kids that went missing, all those kids, those teenagers, men, women, whatever, homeless people. Fuck wood chipper, bro. They need to be fucking medieval tortured. They need to go into the fucking town square. They need to fucking get these people. They need to fucking make prime. Dude, they do it in other cultures. They fucking literally make them an example. If you fucking do this shit, this is what's going to happen to you. We live in a fucking, dude, this whole thing is a fucking setup. We have prison systems that are built on making fucking money, when you have fucking people that are horrendous, atrocious fucking animals that should not be. Dude, if this shit would have happened in the fucking Middle Ages, come on. Well, we don't live in that type of society anymore. It's about progression. Yeah, look where the fuck it's got us. It's gotten us to the point where these people are literally not even in prisons anymore, because they've fucking had laws passed that are saying, oh, they've served their time, we're just going to let them free and go. And this is any of them. Then they become repeat offenders and we go, oh, well, just go back inside. Fuck no, these people need to be made examples of. We need to bring back fucking public shaming, public executions. We need to fucking let people know, if this shit, if you're thinking even twice about doing this, this is what's going to happen to you. Period. You've been fucking found guilty by a fucking associates, or people of your peer, in your community, your peers in your community. You're fucking found guilty. The evidence is unrefutable. This is your fucking sentence. This is it. You're done. Why are we fucking giving these fucking animals that are doing this shit to kids, dude, any fucking breathing privileges? They need to feel that fucking pain. And to see the shit that they've been doing to kids this whole time, frazzle fucking drip, dude. Remember fucking adrenochrome? Dude, the fucking shit was even in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Dude, they've been telling us this whole time. I know I'm going off on a tangent. No, for the higher ups, they need to get their shit too. I'm talking about William Wallacing their ass, quartering them while they're alive, keeping them alive. These people have been fucking running the country and have been manipulating the masses for centuries. And people are just going about their business. Fuck. fucking crazy, dude. It's nuts. I can't fathom. That we are living in the world where this is happening and people are not upset. I know people are mad. I know people are pissed. Why are these people still wandering around? I don't, we can go to fucking prison for less. They're fucking eating people, bro. They've been feeding them to us. How in the hell is this even allowed to go on? Why? People say, "Oh, well, this brings down the." If the world fucking burns, let it burn. But these people they need to be brought to justice. And we as a society need to do everything we can to ensure that these bastards don't get one fucking penny of our money. Stop supporting these fucking businesses. Stop supporting these fucking companies. Stop giving your money or going visiting these fucking places that are fucking known to have groomed children on their networks. They were literally using these children and molesting them while they were on the shows. But it's the happiest place on earth. I'm just going to go there. You're literally giving these people your money day in and day out. Why aren't these fucking networks shut down? They even came out with fucking documentaries about it. And they're still in business. Nobody's been prosecuted for it. No one. Look at fucking Harvey Weinstein. He's just chilling. Everybody forgot about him. This shit has been going on for years. Years. All these fucking celebrities, all these artists, all these fucking public officials, all of them that had anything to do with this Epstein stuff have been doing it before him. And then we have the war with Iran. Let's distract everybody's fucking thoughts. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that they're just wandering. It's nuts, bro. I don't understand it. Now we have the Iran war to divert us away from this. And, we're going to do this. We're going to worry about this. Because the juicers are running things and they don't want what's going to be said to be brought out. This should be the fucking straw that breaks the camel's back. It really should. We have been fucking lied to for so long about so many things. We have been deceived and fucking manipulated. We have been drugged. We have been fucking subjected to things that we allowed this to happen. We allowed this to happen. And we are allowing it to happen because of the fear that they have set on us. If you fucking do this, you're going to get this. If you don't do what you're told, this is what's going to happen to you. But time and fucking time again, we see that the rules do not apply to these people who are subjecting us to this shit. And we are allowing them to run the fucking show. We're allowing them to do this. Yeah. States are getting fucking ridiculous. California is like the biggest one. But it's not just them. We know that these states that are allowing a lot of this stuff to happen are states that are being run by these people who are fucking supporters of this shit. That's what I mean, is that we're sitting here and people are still voting for them. The fucking system has broken. We have sat here and allowed this shit to happen. Because, like I said, if we were to step out of line for fucking lesser, we would be in prison. And these people that are doing this are allowed to walk around with no ramifications at all. None. And people don't realize that. Again, I'm going to say this. If I'm just rambling on about this, I'm sorry, because I see it for fucking what it is. You have people who were fucking eradicated because they were trying to expose it. You had people who were publicly fucking shamed and said to have had something to do with it and had nothing to do with it. Exactly. How is it that every single person that was given the Congressional Medal of Freedom or whatever the fuck it was from the president, I like I said, I think that these people, we've allowed this to happen. We as a society have given these people, we've gotten too comfortable with allowing this, charade of freedom dangling in front of us like a carrot, that we just kept going around in a circle chasing it, while these people were allowed to do whatever the hell it is that they want. They have no boundaries. None. These people were allowed to do whatever. None. And it's just baffling to me. It's really fucking baffling to me. We have this conflict that's going on in Iran right now. And, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, it's this, it's that, and the other. You have people that are for it, you have people that are against it. Everybody's got their opinions and their views on it. And anybody who has ever been in conflict or ever had to go overseas and fight understands this, that we do not want to see war. We do not want war. We do not want to fucking send our sons and our daughters to die for something that is needlessly sacrificing our children. As a father, as a parent, as a veteran, I would not want to see anybody's children have to go through what any of us and our generations prior have had to go through. Do I think that by going and eliminating an evil that has been at the forefront of ensuring and spreading these manipulative, propagandic fucking ranting and ravings, and have literally killed a lot of American citizens? Do I think that their time has come? Yes. They fucked around and they found out. Period. Now, saying this, do I think that this conflict that we have gotten ourselves into is going to be something that is easily won? No, I don't. I don't think that it's something that's going to be easily won, because the reason why I say this is that we can blow up fucking buildings, vehicles, and anything else. How the fuck do you kill an idea? You can't. Not only are these fucking people there in Iran that we have to go in and get out because they're not giving up their country. They're not going to sit here and give up fucking power. They're not. But for those who are ignorant to the fact and think that this threat cannot reach us in our homeland, they're here. They're here. Now we have sat here and we've gone in and done what we have done. Do you think that those people are not in contact with any of these people who are here in this country? Of course they're going to be monitored. Of course they're going to be taught, picked up by the government. What's going on with Israel? I haven't watched anything recently with what's going on in Israel. I've heard so much crap. That's why I said I can't believe anything anymore. I've heard Netanyahu was killed. I've heard that Israel, there was some video or something of some Israeli soldiers burning the American flag or some crap like that. I don't know. It's just a bunch of, I don't know what to believe anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Israel right now. All I know is this thing with the video of somebody showing a Tomahawk cruise missile hitting this building, and then adjacent to it there's a school, but the Tomahawk missile that hit that building hit the building. It didn't hit the school, unless that IRCG building was an actual school. But the video showed the building already on fire, and then you see the Tomahawk missile come and hit. Regardless of whatever was going on, the understanding that people need to realize is that these are precision guided fucking missiles. It's not like somebody just fucking threw a rock or threw a bomb with a slingshot and was like, wherever the fuck it lands, it's gonna land. They hit precise targets, and they hit precise targets for a reason. Is because they want to eliminate mass casualties. They hit what they need to hit, and they mean to hit what they're hitting. They don't just fucking throw them up in the air and then they just, yeah, bro, you hit the nail on the fucking head, man. You hit the nail, man. I don't even want to get into that, man. I'm not even going to get into that shit. These fucking people have had it coming. Not the people, but the Ayatollah and his radicalists and their government. They've had this coming. And unfortunately, like I said, you have these other countries that are backing them up now. So again, like I said, these people are not going to go without a fight, because they know that the minute that we have to set soldiers on the ground to go and extract them, this not only just becomes a conflict, a war to eradicate their systems to get back up and have to refight, because they're getting resupplied anyway. This becomes a point where we have to make the decision: are we going to send people in there to go get these people out? Are we going to have to physically remove them? Because if they're not going to leave, we're going to come and get them. Because you can't, you know what I mean? You can't just blow up every building there. And again, you can't stop the radicalists from doing what they're going to do. They know they're here. They know they're here. This is crazy because, like I said, it's been over 25 years since we fought this war on terrorism. And here we are. We allowed thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of these people to come into this country unvetted, unchecked, no fucking love for this country. They want nothing more than to see this nation fall. And the idiots that were in charge, let them in. Let them. Let them. These people have planned this. This is not something that just randomly happened. This was planned. This was orchestrated to allow this to happen for a reason. These people who are in opposition against everything that is good about this country, against everything that makes this country the greatest nation in the world, against everything that says we are not going to bow down to the bullshit that you have fled your country to come here because you can't live in your country. These people do not want anything to do with American values. They don't want to have fucking American. If we have not learned and seen what these other countries, Europe, Asia, these people are literally invading. They're invading. And if you think that this is something that is just going to get swept under the rug, I'm not saying that every single person that is here is a bad person. No. But what I'm saying is that for every one of those good people, there's 15 to 20 of those bad people that are right along with here with them. And the time to wake the fuck up is now. There is so much that is going on right now that we are literally being distracted from all fronts with everything against the real threats that are happening. On top of this, we have this fucking alien threat, this false flag narrative, Project Bluebeam, artificial intelligence. How can we differentiate from what is real and what is not? It's insane to me to think that, again, like I said, that we have gotten to that point where we can't even differentiate from what is real and what is not. I think that a lot of things that we thought were real or we thought, you know, to be legend or folklore. And see, I'm one who is always searching and seeking and looking at things. And that's what I mean, babe, is that we've gotten to that point now where all of us who have understood or have grown up listening to these folklores or have not had our lives completely engulfed and submerged into this unreal realm that these, you know what I mean, our frequency hasn't been altered. A lot of people have because they've been allowed to be subjected to COVID vaccines, um, anything that they tell them that they need to have. Oh yeah, brother. Yep, exactly. Um, and again, like I said, I seeing the things that I have seen or experienced, I have always been drawn to the fact that we are not the only people in this universe, that there is more to this life, especially things that we have heard or have things that have been passed down through centuries, through ancient cultures and ancient texts that have survived. And we have just passed it off as, it's nothing. It's just folklore. It's fake. I don't fucking think it is. I don't think it is. I think that a lot of things that we have been told has just been thrown to the side because it's been one of those things of manipulation and control. We've always been told that there was no ancient civilizations that were more fucking technologically advanced than we are, but yet you have structures, you have astrological alignments, you have the resonancy to be able to build these edifices or these structures around these resonant frequency ley lines that connect to every point on the globe, and not even through the globe, but through the universe. How did they know about any of this? How were they able to even fathom an idea of building something like this? And we couldn't even fucking replicate it today if we wanted to. And you have so much technology that is being found within these ancient structures. Look at the fucking pyramids. Look at Chichen Itza, Machu Picchu. The pyramids should wake everybody's ass up, especially with what they fucking found. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. Who fucking built this shit? Who built this shit? And it's ancient. This isn't something that just fucking happened 5,000 years ago. We're talking about millions of years ago. What if they've lied to us about everything? Tartaria. They fucking tried to make us sound like we were crazy for fucking spreading that. There's no fucking such place as ancient Tartaria, and there were no fucking civilizations that had more technologically advanced civilizations than us. Bullshit. Bullshit. You're gonna tell me that fucking people in ancient fucking times in Greece had a fucking machine? A machine. A fucking computer that told astronomical astrology. Fucking, I'm so tongue tied right now. Astrologically, mapped out the stars and the planets and the sun to be able to fucking tell them when everything was going to happen. A computer, gears, and everything. When they should not have even fucking had the abilities to do anything like that. But nobody's batting a fucking eyelash. Nobody's saying anything about it. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I got my fucking espresso. I got my latte. I got my fucking iPhone. I'm good. Mud fossils, mud slides. Shit, dude. There's fucking pictures of fucking cities when they dig down beneath what the fucking line is of where we're at. There's like fucking stories of building under the ground. There have literally been fucking cities that have been found under the ground. We know that there's been fucking ancient floods, and every culture talks about the Great Flood, but the whole entire earth wasn't fucking flooded. Where did that runoff go to? Look at the Grand Canyon. Oh, that shit's been flooded. That shit was not fucking done millions of fucking thousands of years ago. fucking millions and millions and millions of years ago. They're thinking that since the last flood, that's what carved it, was the runoff. And everything that's underwater was above the water line. So if that's the fact, everything that we have seen and all this shit that they're talking about with these dinosaurs, they're finding fucking dinosaurs, bro, with the flesh still on it. And they're able to fucking extract the DNA from the tissue. That don't sound like it's fucking fossilized fucking bone to me. That sounds fairly recently fucking buried. If they're able to extract the DNA from tissue that's found on the fucking carcass, things built on top of ruins. It's insane, bro. And people fucking call me crazy for fucking talking about it. You can't have these types of fucking conversations with people because then it starts leading into other things like fucking religion. That's a touchy subject for people because they don't want to fucking realize that what they've been told is a fucking lie. It's a setup. If you start tearing down somebody's fucking faith, their beliefs based on their faith, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to fucking, dude, you're fucking literally lighting their world on fire. Because they don't want to look outside of the box that they've been fucking in. That's all they know. Because somebody told them that's what's all there is. And if you don't fucking follow this, you're going to fucking get punished for it. So they're scared. Oh my God, I'm going to go to hell. Yeah, I think that happened back in the 90s, 1998. Some shit like that, right? People that don't want to break free from their realm of reality, because it becomes something where now you're taking away the very thing that gives them hope, that gives them purpose, that gives them fulfillment. Because now you're saying, oh, well, sorry to do this to you, but what we've been what we've been told has all just been a lie. Um, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, it's more recent. More recent. I gotta look that up too. I mean, there was a show, I think it was on Netflix, it was called as Genesis History, where they talked about that, where they were talking about how the floods from the ancient world covered up and killed a lot of the dinosaurs, like they were just automatically just taken out. But they were finding this triceratops carcass, and it had fucking flesh on it, and they were extracting the DNA from the tissue on the fucking documentary. But yeah, man, I mean, I posted something earlier, or yesterday, about the biblical narrative of what heaven was described as being. Now, the reason why I posted that video, because it shows heaven as a ship. Okay, a city in the sky made of gold. We know that gold is a conductor. We know that if God was going to make something as far as a heavenly realm, why would he make it like a ship? People don't look at this, but you have to understand that the Bible, or any cultural narrative of what they believe to be their faith-based truth, is all the same. There's nothing that's different. We're just looking at it from a different point of view. And what people don't want to realize is it really truly hard to believe that if the entities that they're discussing in all of these cultural books, these deities, are really fucking aliens? Is that so hard to believe that that could be plausible? Artificial insemination, virgin births, which literally wasn't what the translation originally was. It was just a saying that Mary was a young woman. It's nuts because everybody's fallen for this. Here we are, we're on a planet being divided by freaking stories when there's only one truth. We were all placed here. We are all here. We're born, we live, we die. There's been conquests in the name of religions. There's been murders in the name of religions. There's been deceptive points, all done in the name of religions to manipulate everybody. But when you look at the real deep, true messages that are being brought by these people who have been chosen to give these messages, what happens to them? They get killed. And it isn't from outside sources, it's from the very people that they were there to save. They came from their own tribes, they came from their own cultures, they came from their own people, and they went to go try and help them, and they died. Put to death by the very people that were supposed to be their people. And you hear this same thing come from their mouths, that these people who are supposedly coming and trying to get you to steer you towards what they are telling you is good is not. It's a lie. It's a deception point. They're using this in order to get people to do what they want them to do. It is a big, giant BS game. It's freaking nuts. Because when you start looking deeper into the subject matter and you start realizing that everything, even in these things, these books that they've been sitting here telling us that we need to follow, oh, bro, it's totally different. It's totally different. Especially when you get it in its original context and the way it's read and the meaning behind and the words that were taken out or totally mistranslated. You'll never look back at you can't, dude. It's not even. People have got it all wrong, and I had this discussion with people that are in my family, and I love them to death because that's how we grew up. It was beaten to our fucking heads since we were kids. But I'm telling you, since I was little, the story felt right. The narrative felt right. I mean, the story just felt like bullshit. And I kept questioning everything. I questioned it. Don't let the devil steer you away, because that's what he's putting in your mind is doubt. Bullshit. It's like the fucking Garden of Eden, right? God's telling them, don't eat of this tree, but everything else you can have. Now, if they had no concept of right and wrong, how did they know that what they were doing was right or wrong? Because he told them, don't do this. Because he said, now these are the words that are translated in the King James Version. As surely as if once you eat this, surely you will die. Now, we all know the story. The serpent or the reptilian came to them and told them, how do you know that this is going to kill you? Well, God said that. Well, he's lying to you, because as surely as you eat this, your eyes will be opened. You will be given knowledge. You will be given an abundance of understanding. You will be just like them. Not a lot of people understand this, but that Genesis story is older than the Hebrew version. Their version is just a version of their understanding and their telling of it because they got it from Mesopotamia, Sumeria, and the creation tablets, the Atra Hashish, which I think everybody needs to read. And this is why I said a lot of people get pissed off in my family, and I've had this discussion with a lot of them. They don't want to hear it. That other cultures more old and ancient than the Hebrew one, because you got to remember something. These people who brought these stories came from Mesopotamia. They were married into these families. They were intermingling. So before this culture was around, of these people who were sent these messengers, where do you think they got these stories from? Exactly. So what you're listening to is a narrative of an ancient narrative that is far more older. That's not theirs. It's not theirs. It belongs to everybody because every culture has the beginning story, but it originates. We get the first known notion of it from Mesopotamia. Even the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve and the cultures and the societies and the gods and the creators that came down and made them in our image. People to be so ignorant to think that their way is the right way and everybody else's is wrong. I'm telling you, this world, there were civilizations here millions of years into the past. And people need to fucking wake up and realize that everything that we've been told is a freaking lie. We've been manipulated. Everything that we thought we knew is not right. And it's going to butt hurt a lot of people because they don't want to hear it. They don't. I'm telling you, I'm the black fucking sheep when I go to my fucking families and I start talking about shit because they don't want to fucking hear it. All of a sudden, I'm Satan in the fucking flesh. Why? Because I choose to fucking arm myself with knowledge? Because I choose to fucking read books? Because I choose to look at other sources? Because I choose to fucking further my understanding of what I have always understood to be more to what I've been told? Come on, man. Just because you choose to be subjugated to nonsense by things that you are doing and you're worshiping deities, they're not what you think they are. That's the worst part. Because the very thing that you're trying to go against, you're worshiping. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Sucks. It really does. And it's crazy because you grew up into this your whole life. And people that you grew up with, or people that had no notion of this, that were calling us things, calling us out because we were trying to live that life according to that. They're now in on this. And I'm breaking free, and a lot of people have broken free from that mental bondage. And we're trying to tell them, and the very people that were shaming us for what they are now doing, look at us and tell us that we're Satanists or influenced by the devil, or we have no understanding about what we're talking about. I just hope that people understand and realize that everything we've been told is not. It's not. It's not what we thought it was by any means. And I really hope that people understand that, because there's going to come a time soon where these people are going to manipulate the masses by lying and deceiving them into thinking something is going down because they are ushering it in. They're making things happen in order to bring this to fruition. And a lot of ignorant people are going to freaking fall for it. They're going to fall for it. Not only are they going to fall for it, it's going to be just like in that movie, The Mist, where you have these people who are crazies that are like, oh, well, we got left behind and now we got to repent. And the only way we're going to be able to get graces and to be able to do this is by sacrificing these non believers. Remember in the movie The Mist, that freaking woman that went nuts? It's because of him we're in this. We need to sacrifice and kill him. Mark my words. Mark my words. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. These people are ushering in the quote unquote end days. And a lot of people are going to be so stupid that they're going to fall for it. Their ignorance is going to be unfathomable. That's what I trip out on, because it's coming. It's going to happen. Again, like I said, they've been doing all this other crap in front of us. You really don't think that they're going to tell you the truth, that they're going to tell you the truth about this? Come on, man. Wake up. I'm not saying that there isn't a deity. I'm not saying that there isn't an almighty creator, that there's something, because I truly believe it. It's just not what you think it is. It's just not what we've been told. It is not. And I think that a lot of people are realizing it and waking up to it. But not everybody's going to be able to reach that point. And I hope that they do. Because like I said, this is a touchy subject for people and they don't want to talk about it. All I'm saying is this. Do your own due diligence, do your research, and look into it, please. There's a plethora of knowledge and information that's out there that will always, it will, if for those who are willing to see, those who are willing to hear, and those who have an understanding of getting what is being said to them or what they're looking towards or what they're looking for, they will understand it because it's meant for them. You can't make people see. You can't make people understand. You can't make people realize what you realize. And I say you by meaning us, people who are not, are just like blinders are off. I'm seeing the bullshit for what it is. I'm trying to help other people realize it. I'm trying to help them to understand it and look outside of that stuff. Because it's crazy, dude, when you think about it. How in the heck can we say that we are living in a better time when the time that we are living in is literally enslaving us to the system, the matrix? And again, like I said, they have been telling us for a while. They've warned us. They put all the evils and the horrors right in front of our faces. And here we are, we're faced with the, the revelation that this stuff is happening. It's real. And the world turns. We are living in a time now where we know that we're not the only life forms on Earth. We know that they've lied to us about so many things. We know that everything that they've told us is not true. So I say this again. What is stopping them from making people believe something if they are ignorant enough to believe everything that they have told them without even getting any of it or seeing it for themselves? Because again, they are. But yeah, that's been my rant and rave. I just wanted to come out and do that today because I've been thinking about a lot of this stuff. And again, you know, I am in no way, shape, or form, or have I ever thought about doing anything stupid. So just putting that out there. Um, and again, like I said, I want people to do their own due diligence. Look this information up for yourselves, find it, search it, read the books, go see somebody who's having a speech about it, listen to what they have to say. Don't take my word for it. And that's all I can say. And if you haven't seen any of the movies that I'm talking about, like They Live, um, Eyes Wide Shut, just go look at any movie. It doesn't even matter. If it's got something controversial in it and it's got something to do with the government or secrecy or any of that stuff, look at it. X Files, their last couple seasons really blew me away because I was just like, holy shit, they really did this. Yeah, it's called the Great Reset. Every 2,500 years or so, we have a great reset or a period in time where something catastrophic happens, where society or cultures reach a level of either a tipping point where we either tip the balances for bad or we tip it in a point where we try and do good. But it seems like all these cultures and societies have, throughout the ages have reached a tipping point where they did not progress, and something or someone or whatnot has made the point of causing a cataclysmic event to wipe these cultures out. And there are instances where some of them are saved because they are not corrupted, so to speak. But again, like I said, it goes back to the Great Flood. We have not seen a cataclysm of that magnitude in a long, 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 long time. But um, hopefully, for humanity will get itself elevated in frequency, and people start understanding and realizing that there's more to this life than what we are allowing ourselves to be subjugated to, and what we are allowing ourselves to be as a collective whole. And I'm not saying it's everybody, but it's the people that are here that are totally screwing it over for us. And again, it's got to be a collective thing where we have to say enough is enough. When is this shit going to stop? And so with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I know I went on a rant and rave, and I appreciate you guys for being here and supporting the podcast. And again, if you guys are on, I really hope you guys understand the podcast is for 18 and older. So any parents that are out there watching this with their kids or anything like that, again, this is not. I wouldn't recommend it unless a parent's sitting with you or something, because um, like I said, I mean, I talk about a lot of things that are controversial on here, and it's not. I don't want. That's not what I want. I don't want children on here um, that are 18 and under. So if you're 18 and older, you know, just make sure that you guys understand that. But for everybody that's supported the podcast over the 2.5 years that I've been doing this, I really appreciate you. I had a young gentleman that was complimenting me on my hat that I had, and he was like, "Man, that's a cool hat, man. Who makes it? What make is it?" And I said, "Oh, I appreciate it, dude. It's my logo for my podcast." And he's like, "You got a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, what is it? And he was checking it out. He was like, holy crap, dude, I'll check it out. And I was telling him, you know, if you want to order any merch, you can do so through the Shirt Shack here in Winnemucca. Just talk to them and let them know, hey, I want to order some Secret of the Unknown merch. There's hats, there's shirts, there's sweaters, and just let them know what you want, what size, and they'll get it um, to you. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's come along with me on this journey. It's been something that has really given a lot of people a platform to be able to talk. And I've had people call me from all over the globe, you know, and it's been really cool to be able to have conversations with people everywhere, because it lets me know that there are a lot of people that are interested in what I'm talking about. There are a lot of people who are interested in the same subject matter. And it's not that, you know, we're alone. We're able to go ahead and talk and be able to share our information with like minds. No,